The storm still echoed when the newborn baby Kong cried for the first time. King Kong held his child close, a rare smile breaking through a lifetime of scars, but the doctor's silence cut through his joy like a blade. Kong looked at him, his heart trembling. "What is wrong?" he asked. The old doctor placed his hand on Kong's arm gently. "Because of the late delivery. Poison has spread inside her body," he sighed slowly. Kong's world stopped. The cave grew colder. His wife lay weak, her breathing like each breath was a mountain to lift. "Is she in danger?" Kong whispered, unable to accept the truth. The doctor nodded. "Her life hangs by a thread. Pray. That is all we can do." Kong knelt beside her, holding her hand like it was the last thing keeping him alive. His tears fell silently, mixing with the rainwater on the cave floor. Outside, the jungle stood still. Birds refused to sing, and animals bowed their heads in silence. The doctor began treatment herbs, pressure, ancient, medicines, anything he knew. Hours turned to night, and night turned to day. Kong did not sleep, not even breathe deeply, afraid time might take her away. Monkeys brought leaves for bedding. Lions guarded the entrance to keep calm. Elephants stood quietly, lowering their trunks in respect. The jungle prayed in its own way, every creature hoping for her survival. Kong whispered loving memories to his unconscious wife. "Remember how we walked under the waterfall? Remember how you laughed when our son first stood on his feet?" But she did not answer. Day 1 passed, her body still weak, her breathing uneven. Day 2 came a doctor continued treatment tirelessly. Kong held his child with one hand and her hand with the other, torn between two worlds. His son slept against his chest, unaware of the battle his mother fought. Kong prayed through tears, his voice shaking like mountains in pain. "Don't leave me," he begged. The jungle outside cried with him, soft rain returning like nature's tears. By the end of day 2, the doctor lowered his head. He feared failure. Kong's wife opened her eyes for only one moment. She looked at her husband, smiled weakly, and tried to speak. No words came, only love, pure and silent. She touched Kong's face gently, as if saying goodbye. Kong held her hand firmly, but her grip loosened. The afternoon of day 3 arrived, the sky heavy, the wind slow. The doctor checked her pulse. His face turned pale. Kong knew the truth before the doctor spoke. "She is gone," the doctor whispered. Kong's scream tore through the valley louder than any roar he had ever made. Birds fled the trees. Elephants cried. Monkeys clung to one another. Even Scarface bowed his head, his eyes full of sorrow. Kong held her body against his chest, shaking, unable to let go. His tears fell like rivers. He was a mountain breaking apart. The baby cried, sensing the loss of the mother he never truly met. The doctor placed his hand on Kong's shoulder. "She gave her life so he could live," he whispered. Kong nodded slowly, but his heart refused to accept. That evening, the jungle gathered behind him as he carried her body. No animal made a sound. Silas. Was there respect? Kong dug the earth with his bare hands, each handful fueled by grief. He laid her gently into the ground, whispering a name like a prayer. The jungle watched, every creature mourning with him. Scarface stood closest, offering silent strength. Kong placed leaves over her, then stones, sealing her final rest. The sky turned red, like the world itself was grieving. Kong stepped back, his body trembling, his soul shattered. He held his newborn close, tears falling onto the infant's fur. "I will raise him for you," he whispered to the grave. The jungle lowered its head, accepting loss like a scar it could never forget. Elephants trumpeted a sorrowful farewell. Monkeys hugged each other with trembling hands. Lions placed their paws to the earth, honoring their queen. Kong stood silent, a king without his queen, a father without a partner. Night fell, not dark, but heavy with sadness. The cave where she once smiled now felt hollow. Kong sat beside his child, holding him close through the night. His heart hurt, but inside that pain lived a promise. Tomorrow, no matter how broken he was, he would still protect their son.